Right, back from my little break, and the product that I was going to review, I haven't used one of these before. This is the Gosund brand, and it is a multi-outlet receptacle. And what's interesting about this is three of the outlets are going to be on all the time, and then three are going to be controlled by the app, so they can be turned on and off. The only thing I was not sure of is the three that are controllable. It didn't say whether they were controllable independently. So that makes a big difference because I don't want to turn three things on or three things off. It should be switches 1, 2, and 3, hopefully. And the instructions kind of read like that, but they're not real clear. So also, you put this on a time schedule, which is awesome. And it also supports voice control. Not sure what that is, but the main thing is that it was compatible with Alexa and Google. And this runs on Wi-Fi, standard 2.4 gigahertz. So if you have a 5 only router, not going to work. It's got to be 2.4. But like 99% of the routers out there, if they're a 5, then they already have 2.4 built into them to be backwards compatible. And like I said, this is a Wi-Fi device. This isn't Z-Wave or Zigbee or anything. It's your standard Wi-Fi, and it makes it a little easier to hook up. Range isn't as long as it would be with a Z-Wave or a Zigbee, but it's still, for every normal house I have put one of these in, or one like this, because I haven't used this particular brand before, but one like this, we've never had any problem with distance. These things just don't, the signal for these carries really well. Unlike a camera, if we're trying to Wi-Fi a camera from one end of the house to the other, it's probably not going to work. We're going to have to put a repeater in somewhere along the way. One or possibly even two, depending on the house size. But with these, for some reason, it's probably just less data flow, and they're more reliable, and you can go a further distance with them without a repeater. So that's what I do like about the Wi-Fi part. So let's open it up. One of the things that was a real chore was this box. This box is folded in like a million different Rubik's Cube type folds, and it was almost impossible to get open, so I had to tear it. So anyway, got that taken care of before making my video. And what I thought was interesting was that this plugs into your regular double outlet. See on the back, it plugs into the top plug, and then there's a little notch down here on the bottom, and that holds it, from slide left to right. It fits into the ground on the power receptacle. It also has 3 outputs for your phones, charging phones, charge any device, GoPro, whatever. It doesn't specify how much power comes out of these. I imagine it's probably just your typical, maybe 2 amps. It just doesn't say. Oh wait, it actually does 3.1 amps, but that's going to be divided amongst the 3. So you plug one thing in, you get 3.1 amps to it. If you got 3 things plugged in, each one's only going to get an amp. So your choice. Let's see. Also, it has it's got some indicator lights on here, which are nice. This is the always on side, and there's going to be a little LED indicator there. And then over here are the indicator lights as to which one of these is on. So it does look like they must be able to be controlled independently. I went ahead and downloaded the app, which is going to be part of this video as well. I'll incorporate that in. But you can also, instead of actually going to the App Store and downloading it, or Android Play Store, it does have a QR code on here that you can just put your camera on. It'll take you right there, and it's just your typical, put in your email address, make a password, and they activate it for you. So it can't get any easier than that. I did do a video of it, just copy on my screen. But I don't even know if I'm going to include that, because really it's super easy. But when I learn this in, I'll go ahead and record that just so everybody knows how to learn the device in, because it has something to do with the press of this button and holding it, and I'll figure that out. So let me plug this in, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it fired up. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't leave the tape running the whole time because it took a little while to set it up. By a little while, I mean like 15 minutes, but no big deal. One thing I did learn from doing this is on the instructions, it says to go to the menu when you're adding the switch, the power outlet strip, and go to electrical connection. Let's see. No, it says electrical engineering. There's no choice of electrical engineering on their app, so I don't know where they got that from. So I just went ahead and hit the icon that looked like the power switch or power outlet bank, and that seemed to do it. But it did take me 2 attempts in order to enroll the unit into the system, and it wasn't a distance issue. It was just the first time it was like a glitch. It wouldn't go into the rapid. The blue light's supposed to flash rapidly, and it did not do that. It just kept going real slow. So I went ahead and unplugged it, basically started back over, and then I held down the power switch as it says in the instructions here, had the app open, held it down for 5 seconds, and I heard the unit click, which turned all the lights off, and a second or two later it came back on, everything flashed, and then the main power light was flashing quickly. But the one thing I noticed on the app was that when you get to that point, there's a next button at the bottom. You know, like you want to select it, and yes, I've got the green flashing light. I'm ready to proceed, but it was kind of grayed out to where you can't press it. So right above that to the left, there's a tiny little button, and it says something like, "Yes, I see the red flashing light." So you had to tap that. It's like the size of a pin on the app, and then once you tap that, then it makes your button highlighted so you can go to the next screen. Once you go to the next screen, it found it in like I don't know, 20 seconds. It was impressively fast because I'm a pretty good distance from the router. I mean, there's at least 7 walls in between me and the router. So pretty good. Like I said, these things travel quite a ways, and they don't use up a lot of data. And all 3 outlets are independent. I've got outlet 1, 2, and 3 on there, and I can turn on and off each one independently. So that's really nice. I really like that. And I'm sure other people like that too. If you want to control a coffee pot, or hook a iron to it, or one of the big things I was always concerned about is my wife leaving a curling iron on in the bathroom. So I went ahead and put one of the switches in there, so that anytime we arm the alarm, it would shut that device off. That way I knew there was no way we were ever leaving the house with the curling iron on. It couldn't happen. It would shut it off automatically. So that made me feel a lot better. Something we can do for you. You can do it yourself. I can explain to you how to do it. Guess that's a whole nother video. I did do a screenshot, which I'll put up there, about the what this looks like and the switches. But on my iPad, you can probably see it. Get the glare off of it. And each one of those is independent. So it's pretty nice. And I think, heck, I want to say I paid like $15 for it on Amazon, of course. And really, you can't beat it. Each one of those outlets does have its own red light indicator, indicating that there's power going to that particular outlet, which is also nice, so you know which ones are hot and which ones aren't. So, alright, if you liked my video, I'm always supposed to ask to have some of you hit the like button and subscribe to increase the viewability of the videos that I make, which helps me out, which in turn helps out my website and keeps us working. So, that's it. If you can do that, appreciate it. I will be back with another video probably tomorrow or another couple of days. I'm still learning the ins and outs of video editing, so bear with me. Thank you.